Hi everyone, my name's Emmanuel and I'm an actor and a writer. I'll define it as a choice. Being perfected in love. Oh, that's a really good question. Perfected in love. I think it's taking on kind of the characteristics of Christ and how he embodied love, and how he showed the world love. Taking on his characteristics and pretty much embodying that to the world. Yeah, I think it's important because you need to want the person, you need to want to love the person as well, and you need to find them, there need to be certain features, whether it be physical, whether it be intangible, that urges you to have those feelings for them. I think we learn to love because, as I said before, I feel love is a choice. I don't feel it's a feeling per se. You can have a feeling of, I love this person, but tomorrow it's they do something, they're late to a date, for example, and it's oh my gosh, I can't stand this person. Now throughout the whole day, you're just upset with this person, but you now choosing to, fair enough, they wronged you and they faulted you, but you choosing to put that aside, and just focus on, do you know what, I'm going to choose to love them. I'm going to choose to put that aside, and I'm going to choose to just make sure that we have a good time today. I think that is the true definition, and that's what it looks like, and that's what it's supposed to be. You can look at somebody and you can desire them and you can want them, but until you actually get to know the person's characteristics, you get to know them, you get to understand them, you're okay, cool, this is how this person is. But I'm going to, as I said, nobody's perfect, but you are going to choose to love that person because, as I said, I feel love is a choice. They are going to, there will be times when they do things that annoy the heck out of you, and that initial feeling of that lust, oh my gosh, I want this person, oh my gosh, they look so desirable, that is not going to matter. You'll go through things together that will not matter. There's always going to be somebody that looks better. At the end of the day, there is always going to be somebody that looks nicer. So if you're going to depend on that feeling of lust, you've already lost. You have missed out. You're on the wrong path. And it's just going to end, it's not going to end well for you, because you're just going to keep on jumping from ship to ship through this lustful feeling. Whereas you found somebody, they look nice, they might not tick all your boxes, but the internal things, they are there, and that's what matter. The intangible things, they're caring, they're kind, they have a heart for God, they have that relationship. And yeah, they like you, and I don't know, maybe they don't mind going halves if that's on their first date, if that's something that you care about, because not every single girl wants tea. But you choosing to, you know what, I'm going to choose to love this person regardless of whoever comes my way, regardless of the feelings that I have, regardless of, I don't know, whether I feel this lustful feeling for somebody else. You set that aside, you put that aside, and you choose to love that person that you've been blessed with. Ooh, that's a good question. The Bible talks about how, love is patient, love is kind. Jesus also gave the commandments of loving God, loving your neighbors as you love yourself. So I feel, the Bible has given us specific instructions on loving ourselves before we can actually even love somebody else. So I think that, before you now go out and think, okay, I'm ready for love, I'm ready for, for a relationship or whatever, you need to now focus on yourself. Do I love myself? Like, do I love myself enough to take care of myself? Do I love myself enough to do the work that I need to do internally? Whether it be, you're still suffering from childhood things and you might need therapy, for example, but if you don't love yourself, you're not going to care about yourself enough. And if you don't love yourself, how can you now say, I can love somebody else? So yeah, that's my thoughts. Yeah, as I said, Christ gave us very clear instructions on loving, and how we need to love God first and love our neighbors, and also I can't remember the exact scripture, but it talks about how love is patient, love is kind, love is, yeah, you could just put that right there somewhere in the video, but it's about you showing that patience, it's about you showing that kindness, it's about you not being quick to anger. It talks about love not being quick to anger. So whether somebody might, they might willingly or knowingly or unknowingly offend you, but it's not you jumping on their necks at every single thing. No, it's you being patient. It's you letting things go. You don't have to bring up every single thing that somebody might do, because, that's not Christ-like, and that's not what the Bible tells us to do. Finding a good church environment, I feel, and I say, and it's a bit of a tricky one, because, for example, I feel I go to a very, very loving church. I feel I go to a church where people see people that will serve the community. We run a food bank like every single Sunday, whereby people from outside, from all over actually London, will come in and will collect food, and people will stay back from the church to help out. People will go collect the food, people will set up, and I feel that is one minute example of showing Christ's love, but I think it's a great example, because at the end of the day, we don't owe the people that do come anything, essentially, and they don't really owe us anything. And Christ talks about, the Bible talks about how we're doing things for people, and you do it for the people that you don't expect something. You're not just doing something for a friend, because at the end of the day, you do something for a friend and it's your friend. You expect them to, if not repay you, but if not, they're your friend. You're going to do it for them, but for doing it for somebody who is most likely not going to be able to repay you, I feel that that's the type of love, and those are the type of actions that like Christ and the Bible talks about in terms of like showing love to the world. So I feel, being able to see that and being in an environment like that and showcasing that type of love, I feel it would be kind of easier for somebody to accept and understand what the type of love that Christ showed to other people, and the type of love that he has for us. Agape love, that's like the ultimate love, right? It's funny because I can't remember who said it, but I heard one time that the only apart from God, the only other places you'll get unconditional love is from your mum and from your dog, if you have a dog. Like, even that might change. Hey, you know what? If you don't feed that dog might turn it like so. But I feel that's the highest form like of love, and I'm not there like at all, and I pray maybe one day I will get there. But I feel that love, it knows no bounds. It is all forgiving. It is it holds no grudges. It holds no offense, it keeps no tally. It's, you know, it's not okay, you've done this for me, so now I'm gonna do this for you. That's, you know, the purest form, and it's undeserved. You know, it's the fact that God holds that for us. Like, you know, we don't deserve it. We didn't do anything for it, but I guess that just shows the gap, you know, the massive gap between us and God, essentially. Because I don't know if I've met anybody, you know, who has that type of unconditional love, that will love a person regardless of what they do, or regardless of their actions, or how they treat you, or who they are. That's a special type of love. Without love, life is not worth living. Thank you. Bye. Editors, do your job. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.